Hello, this is final part of chapter 3, DuPont identity. This is application of the ratio analysis. So the DuPont identity is the extension of the ROE formula. So ROE basic formula is the net income divided by total equity, and we can divide this formula into 3 different ratios. So we have net income here, the denominator total equity, and first factor we put the sales in as a denominator, then that's the profit margin. And the sales as a numerator next to ratio, and then total asset denominator, that's the total asset turnover. Right? The final part, to cancel out the total asset, let's put the total asset as a numerator for the last ratio, and that's the equity multiplier. So we have total asset turnover, profit margin, total asset turnover, and equity multiplier. Actually change the ROE. If the profit margin increase, ROE increase. If total asset turnover increase, ROE increase. Leverage also affect the ROE. So that's called the DuPont identity. So the profitability of the firm has actually 3 factors. First, profit margin, which is a measure of the firm's operating efficiency, the cost control issue. Second one is the total asset turnover, is the firm's asset use efficiency. The third one is the financial leverage. And by the way, financial leverage does not have to be really just high, because too high financial leverage actually decreases profit margin and the total asset turnover too. So the leverage should be optimal, not just high. But at least these 3 factors may affect the ROE. So if you are a manager, if you want to look at your company's ROE and you think that the ROE is too low, so you want to know the reason why ROE is too low, then the first thing you can do is look at these 3 ratios, which one may be the most critical factor. So we can use DuPont identity to get an ROE from this spread, the financial statement quite easily. Now, final part of the ratio analysis. We calculate all the ratios. Is ratio good, bad, high, low? It's hard because we need to have benchmark. We need to have comparable. Ratio need to be compared to something else. So there are 2 different types of analysis. One is time trend analysis. You can compare with through time, firm's performance changing through time. You can use internally, externally, and you compare last year, 2 years before, or last 5 years, things like that. The next one is the peer group analysis. So you can compare with your competitors, compared to similar companies or within industry. Industry matters, actually. Many cases we compare with the industry average based on the SIC code or NAICS code. Each company has this code, and based on this code, you can find your industry and calculate the average and compare. Most firm has this benchmark company. There are some challenges for this financial analysis, ratio analysis. Conglomerates, like some company has many different types of the businesses. It's hard to find comparables. Global competitors, because they have different culture, different environments, different legal environments, anything, different country. It's very hard to compare. You cannot compare just directly Samsung, Apple, directly because one is in South Korea, the other is in the United States. Different accounting procedures. Many U.S. firms use U.S. firms should use U.S. GAAP. The other country usually IFRS. Also, company can choose the way to record their accounting statements. Different fiscal year ends. It's hard. It makes us, hard to compare because even same year, different timing, differences in capital structure, seasonal variation, one-time events. So these are all the factors that you need to consider when you do the ratio analysis. Okay, so this is the end of the chapter 3, ratio analysis. Remember how to calculate the ratios. Meaning of ratio, probable DuPont identities are 3 key factors that you need to know, you need to learn in this chapter. Thank you for watching chapter 3 and see you in the next chapter. Goodbye.